प्रलयानलतुल्याभा प्रलयानलरूपिणी प्रलयार्णवसम्मज्ञा प्रलयाब्धिविहारिणी महाप्रलयसम्भूता महाप्रलयकारिणी महाप्रलयसम्प्रीता महाप्रलयसाधिनी.
She is the epitome of Pralaya or mass destruction. She resides in Pralaya. She is the cause for Pralaya, creates Pralaya. She wanders in Pralaya. Dhumavati is the seventh Vidya in Dashamahavidyas. At the beginning, everything was Asat, the non-being. Only later, Sat, the beings, came to existence. Sat comes out of Asat and again goes back into it. Upanishads illustrate all the living and non-living objects come out from Asat and again go back into Asat. Before creation, in whatever state the living and non-living beings are in, they go back into the same state after resolution and becomes the source for the next creation, which means the state of existence before creation and after resolution is the same. So, the creation leads to resolution and resolution leads to creation. Tantra identifies this state of existence as the Mahavidya Dhumavati. Since Dhumavati indicates the state before creation, she will be considered as the foremost. Rigveda says,
ब्रह्मणस्पतिरेतासङ्कर्मार इवाधमत् देवानां पूर्वे युगे सतः सदजायत.
which means that which is present before gods came into existence. There, she is called the eldest or Jeshta. She is also called Dhumravarahi because she is known to dissolve the whole universe in darkness and swallow it in the form of smoke. Taittiriya Upanishad says,
असद्वा इदमग्र आसीत् ततो वै सदजायत तदात्मानग्रस्वयमकुरुत तस्मात् तत्सुकृतमुच्यत इति. यद्वै तत्सुकृतम् रसो वै सः रसग्रह्येवायल्लब्ध्वानन्दी भवति. को ह्येवान्यात् कः प्राण्यात् यदेष आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात् एष ह्येवानन्दयाति. यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन्न दृश्येनात्मे निरुक्ते निलयने भयं प्रतिष्ठां विन्दते. अथ सो भयं गतो भवति यदा ह्येवैष एतस्मिन्नुदरमन्तरं कुरुते. अथ तस्य भयं भवति तत्त्वेव भयं विदुषो मन्वानस्य तदप्येष श्लोको भवति.
In the beginning, everything was the non-being. It was later that being was born. Abhava, the non-being or the one which is not in existence, is classified into Pragabhava, Pradvamsabhava and Sadabhava or Atyantabhava. Pragabhava is the non-being prior to an object coming into existence. For example, the existence of a tree cannot be seen in a seed or the existence of butter in milk. The abhava or non-being getting destroyed after the object coming into existence is called pradvamsa bhava. For example, existence of seed being destroyed after the growth of tree. An object which can never come into existence is called sadabhava or atyanta bhava. For example, a flower in the sky which is impossible. Dhumavati represents Pragabhava and Pradvamsa Bhava. She is the abhava before existence and also abhava after destruction of the existence.
In macrocosm, Mahavidya Dhumavati represents the state before creation and after resolution due to pralaya. In microcosm, Dhumavati represents the state before the being enters the womb and the state after the death. The existence of a tree will be hidden in a seed, but we cannot comprehend it. The tree can come out of the seed only when subjected to the right time, which means Asat becomes Sat. That is, when the seed is not seen, loses its existence and vanishes. It then rests for some time from the existence of the tree. Asat holds in its womb the Sat, which is to be born. Sat is born out of Asat at a designated time. Great sages and saints perceive the birth of Sat from Asat in their hearts just by sankalpa or determination or willpower. It is said that Dhumavati is the primal darkness hidden by the darkness. But Tantra says she is not totally black. She is like a smoky hue and keeps the fetus of light in her womb.
In Rigveda, it is said,
ह्वयाम्यग्निं प्रथमं स्वस्तये ह्वयामि मित्रावरुणा विहावसे ह्वयामि रात्रिं जगतो निवेशनीं ह्वयामि देवं सवितारमूदये
Ratrim Jagato Niveshanim, meaning that which is not existing is darkness and it is hidden in darkness. That is the reason in Tantra, Dhumavati is also called Kalaratri, Maharatri and Moharatrishcha Daruna. There is one more reference in Rigveda.
तमासीत् तमसा गूढमग्रे प्रकेतं सलिलं सर्वमा इदम् तुच्छ्येनाभ्वपिहितं यदासीत् तपसस्तन्महिना जायतैकम्
Apraketam Salilam, which means everything would be covered by water. The same is also referred in Dhumavati Sahasranama. Dhumavati is formless and undefined. She gives the knowledge that everything should come to an end, irrespective of the segments, good or bad, pure or impure, auspicious or inauspicious. There are references of Vishnu's Nidra or Yoga Nidra in Puranas. After the dissolution of the entire creation, Vishnu retires from his activities. He sleeps on the couch called Ananta, the infinity, in Ksheerasagara, the milky ocean of ecstasy, and goes into Yoga Nidra. In reality, this Nidra precedes and prepares for the energetic action of the creation. Dhumavati holds this creation in her womb and helps in remanifestation. Dhumavati is the base for the unmanifested universe. Taittiriya Upanishad says,
असन्नेव स भवति असद्ब्रह्मेति वेद चेत् अस्ति ब्रह्मेति चेद्वेद सन्तमेनं ततो विदुरिति तस्यैष एव शारीर आत्मा यः पूर्वस्य अथातो नु प्रश्नाः उत विद्वानमुल्लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चन गच्छति आहो विद्वानमुल्लोकं प्रेत्य कश्चित् समश्नुता सोकामयत बहुस्यां प्रजायेयेति सतपोतप्यत सतपस्तप्त्वा इदगुं सर्वमसृजत यदिदं किञ्च तत्सृष्ट्वा तदेवानुप्राविशत् तदनुप्रविश्य सच्चत्यच्चाभवत् निरुक्तञ्च निरुक्तञ्च निलयनञ्च निलयनञ्च विज्ञानञ्च विज्ञानञ्च सत्यञ्चानृतञ्च सत्यमभवत् यदिदं किञ्च तत्सत्यमित्याचक्षते तदप्येष श्लोको भवति.
When God creates universe, He enters into it. He happens to be the material and instrumental cause. He is both cause and effect. So, there are both Asat and Sat principles of Paramatma in the creation.
As mentioned earlier, it is not that ignorance will be completely devoid of knowledge. With self-limitation, it will have little knowledge. When Paramatma is totally involved in creation, he ignores his Asat and concentrates more upon becoming Sat. This is the reason for ignorance. When Asat is described as the darkness, obscured in darkness, the darker parts of creation like falsehood, sin, evil, pain, and other negativities caused by ignorance also come out. So, in creation, ignorance also becomes one of the derivatives. And so in Vedas, Asat is compared to the night. It also depicts our inexplicit consciousness being entangled in sin and sufferings. That's why in Tantra, Dhumavati is described as unsightliness and the goddess of sufferings, and hence picturized in ugly, inauspicious, and depressing form.
विवर्णा चञ्चला दुष्टा दीर्घा च मलिनाम्बरा विमुक्तकुन्तला रुक्षा विधवा विरलद्विजा काकध्वजरथारूढा विलम्बितपयोधरा शूर्पहस्तातिरूक्षाक्षी धूतहस्तवरान्विता.
Dhumavati is portrayed as a widow having dull face, long limbs, scattered teeth, sagging breasts, disheveled hairs, wearing dirty clothes, and keeping crow-like bird as her chariot's flag. With unsympathetic eyes, she holds a vino in one hand and shows Varada Mudra in the other hand. Miseries caused by false knowledge is depicted as nightmares in Vedas. That is the reason Dhumavati is called Dushta in Tantra. Tantra depicts Devi as widow since her male consort, the Mula Purusha, is in deep sleep akin to a dead body when nothing existed. That is, before the universe came into existence.
When Devi starts the creation, she is the Prakriti. She becomes Kamalatmike, one among the Dashamahavidyas, who is also called Lakshmi. Dhumavati and Kamalatmike are the opposite ends of creation. If Dhumavati is inexplicit, Kamalatmike is expressive and gives a colorful existence to the creation. Since Dhumavati represents opposite principles of Lakshmi, she is also known as Alakshmi. In the absence of Shakti, Shiva becomes Shava or corpse. Similarly, without Shiva, Shakti becomes unadorned, dark, unsightliness, and spiritless. As mentioned earlier, Dhumavati is the Asat before creation. She holds within herself the principles of all the possibilities of evolution in creation. But when inexplicit, everything appears as darkness. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad illustrates,
Om Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrutyorma mritangamaya.
from non-being towards being, from darkness towards light, from mortality towards immortality. Some are of the opinion that though Sat is born out of Asat, still everything is Asat and the whole universe is Maya or just apparent. Although Tantra says the whole universe is Maya, it doesn't recommend to stay away from it. Instead, Tantra says to worship Dhumavati. She is worshipped in a dilapidated house or an uninhabited place. One should sit with a firm mind and stable senses and meditate upon the unmanifest Dhumavati with the Bijakshara Dhum. The purpose of this worship is to manifest the existence obscured in non-existence, the consciousness hidden in the inconscience, and to bring out in a being Ananda or bliss which is hidden in miseries and discover the God that is covered by the costume called evil.
Rig Veda describes
आविष्ट्यो वर्धते तारुरासु जिह्मानामूर्ध्वस्वयशा उपस्थे उभे त्वष्टुर्बिभ्यतुर्जायमानात् प्रतीची सिंहं प्रतिजोषयेते.
after manifestation, he becomes big and divine in spite of growing in the surroundings of crookedness. There are few illustrations about Dhumavati in Puranas. Sati Devi, uninvited, visits the yagna performed by her father Daksha and gets humiliated. So, she self-immolates by jumping into the Homa Kunda or the sacrificial fire. She gets burnt and Dhumavati arises out of the smoke emanated by fire. Another version says, during Pralaya or destruction, when the creation had to be ended, she swallows the whole universe along with Shiva. Hence, some say that she is considered a widow. Mahavidya Dhumavati can be worshipped by the following Rig of Rigveda.
ॐ मोषुणः परा परा निर्वृतिर्दुर्हणावधीत पदीष्टतृष्णया सह.
Meaning, O Maruts, let the strongest of the strongest Nairuti, who cannot be killed by anyone, not kill us. Let that fall down and die along with our bad desires. Before creation, the primal state was darkness, covered by darkness, and everything was an ocean of ignorance. Tantra called this as Dhumavati and said that the worship of Dhumavati leads from darkness to light and also from forgetfulness and lassitude to constant memory and active awareness. Dhumavati Vidya corresponds to Bhuma Vidya of Chandogya Upanishad.
ॐ तमसस्पारं दर्शयति भगवान् सनत्कुमारः.
Meaning, Bhagavan Sanat Kumara shows the shore beyond darkness. Here, Sanat Kumara shows Narada who comes in pursuit of knowledge, the path to cross the ocean of sorrow.
The yantra of Dhumavati has a bhupura followed by 8 lotus petals representing 8 states of Prakriti before being evolved. That is, 5 petals representing 5 tanmatras, which are sound, touch, sight, taste, smell, and the 3 petals representing Bindu, Bija, and Nada. After evolution, space is formed by sound, air from touch, Agni from sight, water from taste, and earth from smell, knowledge from Bindu, desire from Bija, and action from Nada. Next comes the 2 triangles in the form of a hexagon, and within this, Bindu is in the center, representing Dhumavati. In the mundane world or transactional affairs, the power of Dhumavati can be seen in sleep, lassitude, lack of enthusiasm, inertia, and so on. But for the worshipper of Dhumavati, inertia is turned into a state of calmness, lassitude becomes a state of trance, and sleep becomes samadhi. In the worldly life, there is pralaya every day, similar to Mahapralaya. Night follows the day, and sleep follows the waking state. This sleep can be considered as death or resolution, which means pralaya is experienced every day in the day-to-day life. Half of our life is spent in this state. A person slips into semi or total loss of consciousness in this state. Whatever is consciously procured in waking state is lost in sleeping state. After waking, one should again try to revive back everything that is lost in sleep and move forward. But if there is the grace of Dhumavati, then a human being need not have to strive to procure back from his memories. Sleep will not become an obstacle in life. On the contrary, in the sleep state, Dhumavati will help to assimilate everything that is achieved in the waking state and also prepares him for further achievements. Then, even the sleep will be with consciousness and radiant, wherein the sadhana can be continuously happening. Yogis will be always doing sadhana without getting affected by day and night.
Sometimes, even after continuous sadhana, there will not be any results, and one feels that his life is coming to an end. Then, the being gets disappointed and goes into depression. By the grace of Dhumavati, these intervals are turned into gestation periods. And whatever is achieved during the sadhana, she consolidates it during this period. When we observe the iconography of Dhumavati, in some she is described as beautifully dressed and adorned with jewelry. She is considered auspicious, and ladies and married couples worship her. In some depictions, Dhumavati holds a cup of fire in one hand and a winnow in another. Fire denotes destruction of universe. Winnow is used to separate husk from pulses. Similarly, Dhumavati bestows discriminatory power to understand everlasting and lasting, and also eternal and transient aspects of the world. Dhumavati helps us to reach the final goal internally in spite of her sitting in an immovable vehicle. In other words, she shows the path of deliverance. Mahavidya Dhumavati makes us overcome the difficulties, fulfills the desires, and finally bestows knowledge and deliverance.
The composition that implies the features of Mahavidya Dhumavati is Yoga Nidre, composed by Harikeshanallur Dr. L. Muttaya Bhagavatar. This kriti is in the raga Neelambari and is set to Aditala. Muttaya Bhagavatar was a Srividya Upasaka and a great composer of Carnatic music. Bhagavatar refers Devi as the essence of music and Yogamaye. Devi with lotus-like eyes sits on the distinguished couch and fulfills the desires of her devotees. She is decorated with the ornaments made of 9 gems and captivates Brahma, Indra, and others. It has been said earlier that Dhumavati is also Lord Vishnu's Yoga Nidra. It was also mentioned that the entire universe before creation and after resolution will be concealed in Dhumavati. When we observe the sangatis or variations that are developed in this composition, it gives us a feeling of creation emitting out from Devi in various patterns and later they all getting merged into her. Yoga